Welcome to our LambsList tutorial covering how to create a room in your LambsList account. Once you're ready to get started, just mouse over Setup and then go down and select the Room option. This is going to bring you to the room configuration screen, and as you notice, we do already have some rooms created for you for the demo account. We've pre-populated both rooms, services, and families so that you can get a full feel of how the system would work for your organization. When you're ready to start adding your own rooms, what you can do is come up to the top blue line and just click on the Make Account Live link. What that's going to do is it's going to remove all the pre-populated information and allow you to start adding in your own data. So to create a room, what you would need to do is you'd click on the Add Room button. This is going to bring up a new room screen, and you'll start by giving the room a name, and then you'll just need to go down and next to capacity, and this will be the number of kids that the maximum number of kids that you want into that classroom. You would also need to choose whether or not once you hit that maximum number, if you want that room to close and not allow any more children, or if you want to go ahead and allow more kids to check in by leaving that turned off. The capacity warning level is going to be the number of kids that you hit prior to the capacity. It's going to send an email or a text to you that allows you to know that you guys are getting close to the capacity level, and that way you can determine if you need to open up another room or if you want to just continue allowing the kids to check into that classroom. The sequence is going to be the order that the rooms are going to appear in drop-down menus. So you would normally start with number 1 and number 2 and so on and so forth. But then anytime you have a drop-down menu within LambsList, it would show up in that order. The default printer is going to be for those that are using tablet printing or tablet check-in. And what you can do is for each classroom you can decide that you want to have the labels print to a specific printer when you're checking in on the tablets. You can choose that printer in this section, and then anytime somebody checks into this specific room, the label would print to that location when checking in on a tablet. The child and parent label section is going to be where you're going to determine if you want to have a label print for each of these classrooms for the child and for the parent. If you want to have the field names show on the label, so it would, for example, say name, then colon, and then the child's name if you turn this on. If you leave that off, it would just have the child's name on there. And then also, if you want to have more than one label print, you can just select from 1 all the way up to 4 labels for either the child or the parents. Moving over to the top right hand side is the promotion configuration portion, and this is going to be how the children qualify for the specific classrooms. So for example, if you wanted an age-based room for 2 and 3-year-olds, you would come in and you would select age-based 2 to 3 years, and then the 2 and 3-year-olds, anybody who has a birthday that falls into that range is going to qualify for that classroom. You can also do that based on month as well. Now we also have options of grade-based, so you can choose for kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade if you wanted to. We also offer options of P0 to P3 and K4. That's going to be for kids that are P0 would be for nursery, P1 would be for 1-year-olds, P2 for 2-year-olds, and this is going to be for a situation where if you want all the kids in your church to move up one grade or one classroom on the same day every year, you'd be able to go in and click on one button, and that would advance everybody's grade one increment up one at that time during that year. The third option is going to be the development-based class. Now what this is going to be for is going to be based on a child's development. So for example, a good option would be if you had 2 different classes, one was as a crawler's class and one is a walker's class. You don't want those children that are in the crawler's class to move up to the walker's class until they've developed to the point that they can walk. So what you would do is you'd make both classrooms development-based, and then as that crawler is able and has developed to the point that they can walk, you would manually move them to the next class. Then the next portion is going to be for services. Once you've created your rooms, your services, what you can do is you can come in and you can select a service for that room to be qualified for. If you have services that have already been created, when you click on this field, you'll see a drop-down list of all the services. You'll simply select the service that you want, then come over and click on Add Room to Service. Once you've completed selecting all the services that you need, you'll come down to the bottom of the screen and you'll click on Save Room. And this will complete your creation of the classrooms that you had just created. This concludes our video tutorial on how to create a room in your Lambs List account.